Well, hi guys. Back in on a Sunday. I've got 2 off after today, so lovely jubbly. It's a bit muggy out, a bit of rain all over the place, so a few spots here and there's a little shower at the moment. Nothing major, hopefully it won't be too bad. I've got Avonmouth and then Didcot, so I'll get a couple of hours today, which is always good because it's Sunday rate. And I've got to regale you with my second ever day on the road, the story of my second day on the road. So I shall do that when I'm on my break. Thinking that I'll look to take my break at Lead LMS Services. Now, depending on the traffic, depends on whether I take it on the way there or on the way back, on the way to Didcot. So we shall see what occurs. Although usually what ends up happening is I have just enough time to get to where I want to be and not enough time to get back to where I want to take my break, so I end up taking my break whilst I'm there. So it's always a bit of an annoyance, a bit of a pain. Such is life. Anyway, I'm going to crack on, get this done. Started at 12. It's the 10th today. Ooh. Off from the 16th. So I've got 5 more days. I've got next 2 off, then 3 in, and then that's it until I think it's the 3rd of August. So yeah, that could be quite lovely. But anyway, I shall see you later in my day. Well, here I am on my break at Lee Delamere. I made it all the way to Avonmouth, dropped, came back. Somebody had parked a trailer right up against the bleating exit. I'll put a little photo in for you so you can see it now if you wish. But yeah, that was annoying. But to be fair, I could get in the other way, so it wasn't too bad. But it's that principle of you put something right up against the exit entrance to a back way, wherever. Well, somebody parks their car the other side. I mean, car drivers don't know. When I was leaving, I had a young lad with a couple of his mates, because directly opposite where I was in Avonmouth is a little go-karting track. A load of fun those things are. A little go-karting track. And you get all your lads and all your mates and everything like that. They might be new to the area, they might have only just gone there, found it online and thought, oh, you know, yeah, crack on, you know, only been driving a few months style thing, whatever. Well, he'd pulled in as I was about to leave. He pulled in straight across the front. He saw me, so he rolled right up against the car that was parked along the pavement. I couldn't get out. I just had to sit there, and I was just waiting, and then he twigged it, and the looks I was getting from him. But the thing is, car drivers don't know. But when you drop a trailer in that kind of situation, it's like, why? Oh, well, that way no one can park in front of it, and we can pick it up. Yeah, but if somebody parked there, now I can't get out. Might not have even been able to get in. But we can pick our trailer up. Yeah, when? It's a Sunday, numbnuts. You probably won't pick it up till Monday. But, oh well, anyway, that's done. That's dealt with. I hear that Angela Eagle has come out to stand against Jeremy Corbyn. And a lot of... I've been listening to Radio 4 all the way down here. A lot of political commentators are saying that they can't actually see how the Labour Party is going to stay together, because if he wins and gets in, 80%, just over 80% of the MPs don't agree with him, so that will probably cause a split, may cause a split. And if he doesn't win and Angela Eagle gets in, then the far left part of the party will want to split and maybe reform like the SDP, for example, or something similar. Few vlogs ago, what was I saying? You just sit there and you think, Angela Eagles actually played a blinder. It wasn't really too obvious when she first said about it and then stopped, you know, because she stopped, didn't she? She kind of just disappeared and everyone thought, ah, well, that was it, whatever. Well, the Conservatives, we are going to have a female Prime Minister, whatever happens. Okay? It's either Leadsom, I remembered, or May. Nearly forgot. So we're going to have a female Prime Minister, whatever happens. Well, Angela Eagle stopped and waited to see what would happen on the Conservative side. Because remember, Labour is always supposed to have been the party for the people. It's the workers' voice, the socialist side of things, equality and fairness and all that kind of stuff. Yeah? They've never had a female leader. The Conservatives are supposed to be the anti, you know, equality, and the rich for the rich and the poor can get screwed, and, well, woman's place is in the kitchen, isn't it? Ha 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 ha! Bit of whiff-waff at the same time, you know. You know, and because obviously it's a guaranteed certainty the next Prime Minister is going to be a woman, they've now had 2 women Prime Ministers. So Angela Eagles actually played a blinder. Because you got Sturgeon in Scotland. Is Plaid Cymru headed by a woman? I think it is it not, from what my memory serves? I could be wrong on that one. In Wales, you've got the Conservative Party being headed by a woman. The Green Party's got a female leader. Labour Party, all about equality, never had a female leader. And now you've got a choice between the first ever Labour female leader and somebody who stuck back in the days when the women's place was in the kitchen, you know. You could listen to them, but just, no, there you go, dear. And he's in a position where I shall give this woman a shadow chancellor position. I shall give this woman such a patronising place to be in, isn't it? You know, the Party for Equality has never had a female leader. So theoretically, Angela Eagles actually played a bit of a blinder because she's waited. It's just my personal take on it. You can have your own personal take. I'm not exactly saying that the Conservatives are the greatest party in the world, and I'm not saying Labour's the worst. I'm not saying Labour's the best and the Conservatives are the worst. I'm not saying any of that. You know, politically speaking, I remain neutral. However, I can dislike a person, and I do not like Corbyn. I will come out and say that happily. I think he's an idiot. Personally, he's somebody who's very dangerous, I think. He's an honest politician who I am yet to see stand up and say, yes, I was a member of Trotskyite Stalinist entities, instead of distancing himself from it. And he's so obvious, he's so honest. And this is the moment that I detested him. Okay, this is the moment. If anyone's curious. I was perfectly fine with, okay, I can understand you don't really want to be linked to Stalin. Fair enough. You know, but this is the moment I detested him. Will you ever use the nuclear deterrent Trident? No. Dick. Soon as he said that, I was like, I want to play him at poker. Come on, let's play him at poker. I'll take him to the cleaners. I'll own his house. For a very simple fact. It's a deterrent. It's a bluff, numbnuts. You might use it, you might not, but you don't tell people. And that's the moment I and a lot of Europeans, because the Trident nuclear deterrent is the canopy for Europe as well. You could imagine the Europeans when he said, they're going, oh. You can almost imagine it, can't you? Because it's a possibility that you'll use it. But nobody knows whether you will. Honest politicians are always going to be the most dangerous politicians in the world. Always. Because a politician, above all else, is supposed to be a diplomat. Diplomacy. I'll give you an example of diplomacy. Now I'll give you two examples so I can't be claimed as being a sexist. Lads, you're sitting there. You got your Costa or you got your beer or whatever. Your missus comes in. Does my bum look big in this, or does this dress make my bum look big? You got two choices. You can sit there and go, of course it does, you fat cow. Or you can say, not at all. Lovely bum. I love your bum. Give her a little tickle and maybe get a service in. Ladies, you've got a guy, really like him. You're in bed, and he's a bit uneasy about the size of his member of parliament. You got two choices. You can say, right, Tinky Winky, or it's not the size, it's what you do with it, and you're really good. One is truth, one is diplomacy. That's an example of diplomacy. Yeah? You're obviously going to say, no, your bum looks lovely, going for the tickle and a bit of a service. You're obviously, hopefully, if you like the guy and you want to stay with him, going to say something, it's not about the size, it's about what you do with it, and you're really good. That kind of thing, yeah? That's diplomacy. You're not going to sit there and go, alright, Tinky Winky? You're just not, are you? So you elect these people to be diplomatic. Think about that for a second, let the penny drop, and then go, oh yeah, honest politician could screw us. You think? But anyway, enough about that. It's just I've been saying about the Corbyn potentially splitting the Labour Party for quite some time. I've taken a bit of abuse for it as well over the last few days and weeks. So I'm just sitting here now thinking, yeah, what do I know? I'm just a trucker. But anyway, moving on, because I'm sure what you guys want to hear is the title of this piece, the story of my second ever day on the road, when I got stuck. Well, I've come back, obviously I've had the experience of the first day, and I've come in, it was about a week later, because at the time I still had a day job, so I was very careful. I worked one day, I stayed legal. I say day job, it was a night job, I was night crew, but whatever. I did 4 on 3 off, so I gave myself 1 day and then a 2-day week driving. That's how I got into it. Anyway, I came back about a week later or so for my second day. Now, as you guys know, I started in Sainsbury's with new units, between about 40,000 and 70,000 kilometres on them. There you go. I've got into this one. Now, I remember the number plate. Now, Sainsbury's do not use these vehicles anymore. They have long since been sold on. It was KU59 Echo Alpha Mother, EAM. Now, these vehicles have long since been sold on. Okay, so I'm not giving any Sainsbury's vehicles away or anything like that. And I was going to a place in Norfolk, in the middle of bloody nowhere. Now, everybody knows who supplies Sainsbury's. You just have to walk inside, but I'm not going to tell you the company. Okay, everybody knows it, and they supply bits of duck, so you can probably work it out. But anyway, going in the middle of Norfolk, middle of bleating nowhere. Come from an agricultural background. Finding farms, easy. Piddling piece of pea. It's been relatively snowy, it's icy, there's snow here, there and bleating everywhere. And I find this farm. Pretty simple, really. There's little black signs leading you there, they're like the industrial estate style signs that truckers can follow. Black backing with like the white writing, silvery kind of, yeah, you know the ones I'm talking about. And you follow it all the way there, it takes you right there. Job's good. And I've turned in, and there's this concrete path, road. Now, it's a 2-lane concrete road. Now, it goes through the gatehouse and then down a hill. Okie dokie, it's just, and then down a hill. Nice and easy. One side, snow, ice, all that kind of stuff. Now, I've never been here before. I don't know this place. I haven't got a clue how wide it is or anything. The other side has been cleared. Now, I've gone in it, so it's a 1 vehicle at a time operation. It's not got a 2 vehicle at a time kind of in and out gate. It's 1 at a time. So I've gone in, signed in, lovely jubbly mate, wonderful, here we go. One of their vehicles is waiting to leave on the concreted part. So I think, fair enough. I drove onto the snow and the ice and I stopped. And I'm looking at him. He's just staring at me. Now, I'm out the way. I know I'm new, but I know I'm out the bloody way. And he's just staring at me. You know, he's not bothering or anything. So I've started to go very slowly to go down, round the bend and down. Because he's kind of sitting there, and I've got to go round and down. Fine. So off I go. And I start. And I'm going past him, I'm checking, I'm going past him, and then zoof. I've gone off of the concrete, slammed straight into the mud, and it's sludge. It's horrible, gooey, nasty sludge. I've just gone pfft, sunk. Well, this so-and-so hasn't moved. Well, he started to move, but he stopped just past me. Now, I'm trying to go forward, I'm not going anywhere. To be absolutely fair, I'm trying to get out of it, but I know from previous experience of getting stuck when ploughing and things like that, I'm not moving. I've gone down on concrete into wet sludge. Not only have I got the concrete on a bend acting like a chock against all the wheels on this side of the vehicle, I'm in sludge on one side and my axle is sitting on the bloody concrete. I don't have to get out the vehicle to know I'm buggered. He's come wandering around going, "You got your diff lock on, mate?" He's giving me all this advice. I politely tell him to leave before I introduce his head to his ring piece at 500 feet a second. He gets the hint and buggers off. So now I'm stuck. So I've gone back to the security hut and I've said, "Look, you know, I'm a bit buggered. Where do I have to go?" He says, "Right, go down to the office. It's all the way down to the bottom, about a bleating half mile away, you know." Off I go. Annoyed, very angry. And I've got to the office. And there's a woman working behind the desk and she's got the skirted suit style thing on and everything like that. She works for the dispatch side of the company. She's not the farmer's daughter or something like that. And I've gone in and I've said, "Look, I've got my wagon stuck, I've explained the situation style thing. Have you got somebody who can help tow me out? I mean, it's a farm. I've noticed that there's a John Deere, you know, there's old deer at the entrance. Have you got anyone that could help us? He's like, no, they're not in. They've gone out. They're on holiday. It's Christmas time, that kind of thing. Ah, so there's nobody there. No. I went, have you got the keys to that deer? Do you know how to drive them? Then I explained my history and so on and so forth. And she's like, well, I don't know whether I'm allowed to give them out. I went, well, if you don't, we're going to need a wrecker to come and pull me out because I'm going to be here for a long time. And if there's nobody on site that can drive it, I'm knackered. A bit of umming and ahhing style thing as you do, and I get the keys. So I'll go flying back up to the in-gate. And I'm met with an issue. Now remember, this is my second ever day driving a truck. I do not know where the pull hitch is at the front. You know, the little ring that you can screw in, tug yourself. I don't have a clue where it is in the cab because it's not fitted on the front. You've got to take it out somewhere, and I know nothing about this at the time. I do now, but I didn't at the time. On the back of all trailers are two little loops. Yeah, because at the back, if you look at the back of a trailer, you've got your lights, haven't you? Then you've got the bar that goes down underneath, and you've got two little loops on that downward bar, on the vertical bar. There to pull the trailer. That's what they're there for. So if you get stuck and you can't get to the front end of the vehicle, or the vehicle's gone and it needs to be pulled backwards, that's what they're there for. The Deere, it's an 8.9, it's a big bastard one. Lovely piece of kit, by the way, lovely piece of kit. The lift arms at the back have got all the chain round it. It's obviously been doing something that required a chain, I don't know what, but loads of chain round it, so I'm thinking bonus, benefit on that one, bit of luck there, bit of touch son, bit of touch. Now I've got an issue. There's only me. The handbrake has got to be taken off of the truck. And once I've pulled it out, because of the ice and the snow and weight of the truck and everything else like that, I can't guarantee that if I put the brake on the tractor, the truck's not just going to sled away down the ice and drag the tractor with it. I'm kind of stuffed. I need somebody to brake the truck. And there's no one. You know, it's that time of year, there's no one. There's a few people working in the warehouse loading and stuff like that, but they're all the way down there and they're a different part of the company to the farm and everything like that. And I'm not walking back again. I've already done a bloody mile, I'm not doing it again. So I've wandered up to the security guard and I've said, look mate, can you help us out? Now he's a black guy. I don't know whether he's African, West Indian or what. I'm not going to try and say that he was African in case he was West Indian or whatever. I don't know. He's a black guy. Decent laugh. Real good guy. Have to admit that. I've been there multiple times in my career and he's always got a massive smile on his face. But he always remembers me. Always remembers me ever since this day. We'll get on to that. Now I've explained what I need him to do. I need him to release the handbrake. I'll pull the damn thing forward. All he needs to do is just be in there to, once the thing's out, stop it, put the handbrake back on. That's all he needs to do. I have actually said, can you start it, put it into R, and then when we start pulling, you give it a bit of wallop. But be aware that if we do get out, you've got to stop it first. So you just, you know, just kind of be safe, but just kind of be there to put the brake on. That's enough. Lovely. And he's always wanting to be in the cab of a truck. He's always wanting to have a look. So he's right up there, closed the door. He's like, hey, here we go, windows open, lovely. I've got the tractor. I've put the chain round everything, through the loops in the lift arms, through the hoops in the back of the the trailer. And I'm stuck there now. I know the vehicle is sitting down. It's in the concrete. It's going to be a bit tasty to pull out. So put the diff lock on. The tractor only needs to go straight. I've bung the diff lock on, four-wheel drive on, got all the gears low, lovely jubbly, giving it a couple. I think I was in C. I think it was C2 or something I decided to go for. And I went for it. And I just, poof, you know, I've got to pull this damn thing out. And got going, I'm checking, I'm looking behind me style thing, and I'm figuring it all out. And then the horn's gone off in the truck, so I've stopped. That was our little signal. He just hits the horn. Well, so I've stopped. I've got out, and I've gone wandering back round. And where the truck was, the unit, there's all this mud and crap, all up that way, all over the concrete, the snow's here, there and everywhere. I mean, it's a mess. A proper mess. And you can see where it was sunk. And this security guard's got out, and the reason I made a point of saying he was black is for this next part. He got out whiter than me. I kid you not. He was crapping himself. What happened is, where the trailer is, remember, you're only connected to that trailer by a pin. That's it. What happened is, he'd been stuck, obviously the unit was stuck down. And I've gone full bore, giving it the beans with the 8.9. And the cab, although it hasn't gone da-dong, 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 like properly all over the place, because there's no way that would have happened, it has jiggered about, which is what's destroyed everything. It's properly shaken him, and he wasn't expecting it. And he was really, really, I feel really bad for the guy. He was really shaken about it. I mean, I could have been more gentle, I could have gone slower, but I just thought, let's get the job done. You know, I've already wasted enough time with this, let's just get it done. So I've got, off we go, and he's been shaken like Billy-O in the cab. I can only imagine what he went through, but he was shaking like anything when he got out. He was not happy. He was not happy. He was like, okay, fine, there's the keys, and everything like that. But yeah, that was fun. And on Volvo tractor units, you've obviously got the fairings, the mud, the spray suppression equipment over the back wheels. Now on Volvos, they've got ridges in them, kind of square ridges that go up and over. Well, this particular unit, forevermore, well, for as long as we had it, on the driver's side rear, it was smooth. It had been worn away, it had been smoothed off. I know exactly when that happened. I never said anything. It's now kind of becoming obvious that this has happened, but yeah, I never reported it. I never said anything. But yeah, that was my fun second day. I mean, to be fair, the second day kind of went past without too much, except that incident. But yeah, no, I went for it in the deer without really thinking about the fact that the unit's on a pin, it's wedged in place. I should have gone slower. But yeah, I just kind of went, off we go, here we go, looking back. And this poor bugger, he would have got, he'd have been like Bond's martini, shaken not stirred. But yeah, I got stuck on my second day. And I was not happy with the person that got me stuck. He left before the situation escalated, put it that way. But yeah, that was kind of that. That was the day itself was actually kind of a dull, uneventful day, except for that one incident. I can't remember exactly where else I was going. I know I went to pick up the ducks and took them back, but I can't remember where I went first. It was, like I said, this is 7 years ago, over 7 years ago. I can't really remember. I always remember my first day. That's one thing you guys will always remember. You'll always remember your first day. You'll never forget where you went on your first day. But after that, it's just a blur. You have alcohol, that's it. But yeah, that was my second ever day. But there we go. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll end my day like I usually do, after having chatted for God knows how long. But thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share about, do whatever it is you usually do. It does seem to be working. I shall see you in the next one, whenever that will be. I've got Monday off. I've got to go do a few bits and bobs, go see my dad. I've got Tuesday off, and then I've got my last 3 days before I'm away. So I might make something Tuesday. I don't know yet. I might do. I've got a couple of ideas. I could cover. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I shall see you in the next one, whenever that'll be. Cheers.